TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, LinkedIn, even the news. It all lives on your phone. And I bet that at least once in the last day, you have looked up to realize that you have been scrolling for way longer than intended. Now, look, I also love my phone. No shame here. And I've been known to do a little bit of scrolling, maybe more than a little bit. But I also find it really frustrating when I'm trying to set some limits for myself around my phone, and my willpower and motivation just aren't up to the task. So in today's episode, I'm sharing a simple tweak that you can make to your phone to help you right-size your scrolling. And no, I'm not going to tell you to delete all those apps. I know you're just going to reinstall them anyways. So stay tuned. Welcome to the Do More, Stress Less podcast. I'm your host, Alexis Hasselberger, a time management and productivity coach. In every episode, I give you actionable, practical tips to help you learn to use your time in a way that feels good to you every day. No more hustling, scrambling, or struggling to keep your head above water. So let's dive in, and soon enough, you'll be doing more and stressing less. Imagine this. You're laying in bed, scrolling on your phone, as one does, and all of a sudden, in the middle of that Instagram reel, your phone screen suddenly switches from full color to black and white. Ugh. You do finish watching that reel because, well, you're invested, right? But as you scroll to the next video, you realize that in black and white, it's just not quite as compelling. You take the hint, you stop scrolling, and you go to bed. Or maybe it's the middle of the workday and you're feeling a little bit antsy. You pick up your phone, your Pavlovian response to the slightest bit of boredom, friction, as one does. But you notice everything's in black and white and you can't remember what you were going to do when you picked up your phone, so you put it back down. The urge to check is just a little less intense. What happened? Well, you had the foresight not only to install Grayscale on your phone, or rather not to install it, but to set it up, but to do it on a schedule that works for you. Now, what is Grayscale, right? Grayscale is just a setting that turns your phone black and white instead of color. That's it. Every phone can do it. It's just a simple setting swap. And all you need to Google is your phone plus Grayscale, like whatever version of your phone you have, plus Grayscale, and you will get instructions. Or better yet, ask AI, right? Just ask it for step-by-step instructions. It's often much easier than Googling. Now, why should you try out Grayscale, right? It kind of makes your phone less appealing, right? Studies show that when you grayscale your phone, you're going to use it about 20% less because it's simply less interesting. This means that you don't require that motivation, that willpower to help you use your phone 20% less. You're just going to do it because it's less interesting. Anecdotally, a client of mine, a coaching client, recently described her phone as gross after implementing Grayscale. And she said it was incredibly effective. And while there aren't many things in life that increase in value when you think of them as gross, your phone is actually likely one of them, right? Because if you're like most humans, you probably have a love-hate relationship with your phone. You can't live without it, but you likely spend way more time on it than you want. And Grayscale is a way to use your phone less without relying on willpower. And if there is one thing I know, it's this. It is so much easier to remove temptation than it is to resist it. So if you set up your environment to support your goals, it's so much easier than trying to muscle your way through it. Now, how can you get the most out of Grayscale if you decide to do this, or if you decide to try it? Well, I am a huge fan of scheduling it because honestly, I like to look at my phone in color a lot of the times, but there are times when I don't want to be on my phone. And so I have it set up on a schedule for me where my phone turns to Grayscale at 11 p.m. And you might be thinking, well, that's a little late. But you know what? That is just my schedule, right? It's my personal signal at 11 p.m. to put down my phone and get to bed. Now, sometimes do I snooze the Grayscale for just 5 minutes more? Yes, I do. I'm a human. But it still works more often than not, right? Even if I do it imperfectly, it's still good, right? It's still good, better than not doing it. And many of my clients love to schedule Grayscale too, but schedule it for working hours to combat those workday distractions. Now, what about if you're not quite ready to make this flip, right? You're not quite ready to make your phone look gross. How about testing it out for just a day, right? Or even an evening, or perhaps a whole weekend. You don't need to commit long term, right? You can think of this just like an experiment. Test it out, evaluate if it worked. If so, keep doing it. If not, tweak it or toss it. What do you have to lose? Except the hours that you'd rather have back in your day. And that's a wrap on today's episode of the Do More, Stress Less podcast. If today's episode resonated with you, share this episode with a friend or two who might appreciate a little more ease in their days. I promise you won't regret doing this 30-second good deed. See you next time.